Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shay J back with another video, and I have a Dossier perfume haul, as you can see in the video. So Dossier, they are like a website that you can buy dupes of designer fragrances. So some of these fragrances I do not have in my collection, so I was like, hey, why don't I try Dossier and see how I like them before I end up purchasing, you know, the real thing. Because the purchases, the fragrances that Dossier have, like most of those fragrances can range between $100 and something to all the way up to $400 and some dollars. So if you have never smelt those fragrances, this is a great option to try it out, see how you like it, and then see if you want to get the original fragrance. So also, one thing I want to say about Dossier, they tend to have a lot of, like, if you buy like 3 or more, they'll give you like 20% off, 30% off. So the more you buy, the more you'll save. So I ended up spending, let me see, I think for 3 it was like $70 something, which is not bad for designer dupes fragrances. You can smell just like the designer fragrance. 3 fragrances for $70, you can't beat that. So even if you don't like the fragrance, you really didn't spend that much money. So this is my first time ordering from them. This video is not sponsored. I purchased this with all my money. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna get into the video. Okay, so this is how the packaging comes. It says Dossier. So when you open it up, one thing I like about their fragrances is they have a card that tells you all about the fragrance, what fragrances was inspired by. So this one is Oriental Cherry. The notes on this is cherry, almond, cinnamon. The middle notes is cloves, rose, jasmine, plum. Base notes Peru, Boston, I'm probably butchering this, tonka bean, and vanilla. And this one was inspired by Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Now this one I always wanted to try it because I've heard so many great things about the Tom Ford Lost Cherry. The thing is, I had never smelt the Tom Ford Lost Cherry, so I was like, this I feel like is a safer buy because it wasn't that expensive, and I don't know if I was into cherry fragrances. So the concentration is 18%, and it just tells you how it works, and they give you a thank you. Now, into the box, it's a iconic scents, designer quality, no markups. So that's the box. So when you open the box, this is the fragrance, and it basically just gives the same notes and stuff, and it's a Oriental Cherry. And one thing I like about their bottles is it's like a magnetic snap. So I'm gonna spray a little bit. This will be my scent of the day. Yes. So about the Oriental Cherry, when I first purchased this, I did not like this one. To me, it gave off like a medicinal type of smell to it. It reminded me of like if I was sick or something like that, and I had some cherry like flavored medicine. That's what it smelled like to me. But after like it dries down and everything, it's a beautiful like to me it's like a juicy dark cherry smell to it. So if you're not into like cherry, I wouldn't recommend this fragrance. It had to grow on me, like when I initially, like if you was to spray it on the card, it smells very medicinal. So I did not like that. But when I sprayed it on my skin, as it dries down, it was a very beautiful scent to me. Now, the only thing I do not like about the Oriental Cherry, and I've heard the same thing about the Tom Ford Lost Cherry, it does not last. Like this on my skin, I would say it would last a good 3 to 4 hours. I'll smell. But if I think if you was to get it from Dossier, that would be a better buy than getting the Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Because if I'm going to spend that type of money on a fragrance, I need for it to last more than 3 to 4 hours. that's just my opinion. I have several fragrances in my collection that last, like, you could smell for days. So if I'm going to spend that type of money, which I don't have a problem with, but I need for it to last. So this, once you spray it and everything, like if you spray it on your clothes, it might last a little longer, but on the skin, it does not last as long. Now, if you girls got some tricks on how to make it last a little longer, I'm here for it. Put it in the comments. Yes, I'm here for it. But this do not last, I would say, no more than 3 to 4 hours, or you need to spray a little bit more. That's all I would have to say about the Lost Cherry. So this is the next one. So this one, like you can see, this is a woody one. This is based off the Armani C Eau de Parfum. So I never smelled the original version, but I heard like really good things about it. So I was like, let me try this out. And as you can see from my previous videos, a lot of the fragrances that I prefer is more woody, fruity scents. So I was like, more than likely when I was looking at the notes, I probably will like it. So the notes on this one is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this, freesia, black currant, strawberry. The middle notes is rose, jasmine, peach. Base notes, patchouli, vanilla, bondwoods, and musk. So a lot of those elements that's in this fragrance I like in other fragrances. So I thought this was a good blind buy. And the concentration is 15%. So I'm going to spray it on this card to get an idea. Ooh, if I can get it sprayed. So I'm going to let this dry a little. So this one is a very soft scent. You could definitely smell some of the citrusy, like the fruitiness in it. And I could also smell some of the rose. I definitely like it. It's nothing like special about it, but it's a really good like scent if you're not trying to offend anyone. You could definitely wear this during the daytime, I would say. And I could say this could be either a fall or like spring, summertime. It's definitely a very light scent to me. It wouldn't offend anyone. I definitely like this scent. Would I buy the original? Probably not, unless I was to finish this. Just because it doesn't give me that wow factor. It's just okay. It's a pretty scent. If you know, it reminds me, it's very delicate and everything, but it's just no to it. It's cute, but it's no to add to my collection. So I'm curious to smell with the original to see if it really smells like the exact same or how much of a difference it is. So I definitely would like to, you know, smell the original and see how that is. But yeah, it's definitely a pretty scent. As it dries down, it definitely gets very more, I would say more peachy to it. But it definitely, it's a really pretty scent. Don't get me wrong. But do I think it's worth the money? It's up to debate. It's really up to debate. And I like this, the little packaging that it comes in, because if you want to like travel with these, it's definitely the size, like if you are traveling, you could just put it in a box and, you know, put it in your suitcase. So I do like that aspect of it as well. Now my last fragrance is, this is Oriental Brown Sugar, and this one is inspired by YSL Mom Paris. Now I have a lot of YSL fragrances, but I do not have this one in my collection. So I really did want to smell to see what this one smelled like before I was to purchase. Even though I know like with YSL, they do a really good job on their fragrances. So I wouldn't be mad if I was to purchase the original, because I just know the quality is there on their fragrances. So this one is the Oriental Brown Sugar. The top notes are bergamot, raspberry, pear, Middle notes, jasmine, orange blossom, brown sugar. Base notes, patchouli, amber, vanilla. As you can see, a lot of the fragrances that I like have some of the similar notes to it. The concentration is 18%. So this one, let's see. So this one is very sweet. This is like a sweet fragrance to me. This is definitely a spring summer scent. I mean, you can wear scents whenever you want. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you how to wear your fragrances, but I think this will perform better in the spring and summertime. So this one is definitely, I would say it's a fruity scent. I definitely smell the raspberry and pear. And as it dries down, you can smell the brown sugar. I do like this fragrance a lot, but I'm a little biased because I love a lot of YSL fragrances. Their fragrances are really nice. Like, the quality is there. So I definitely, once I finish this bottle, I definitely would purchase the original. Just because I love YSL fragrances. They make really good fragrances. So I wouldn't be afraid to buy this one. If you're not into the fruity, like very fruity fragrances, I wouldn't recommend this one. It's definitely very fruity, but I love fruity fragrances and musky fragrances, so this is like heaven. I definitely would recommend if you're into that. But this is definitely, it has a little kick to it. It's not like a heavy hitter, but it's definitely a pretty scent. If you are a girly girl, this definitely is a good scent for you for the spring and summer. So I'm gonna put this back in the box if I can get it back in there. So most of my fragrances right now, I've been buying are very niche fragrances. So this is definitely a good way for me to try them out before purchasing. And Dossier also lets you pay in installments, so that's a good thing. And they're always running sales, so I definitely recommend Dossier, and I'm happy with my purchase. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.